Today is Wednesday, December 23rd, 2015, and it is day one of our schedule. Guest teachers in our building today are Mrs. Dittmar and Mrs. Yensha. There are no birthdays today. However, we do have some birthdays during the holiday break. Ford Purdy and Mrs. Avery's class have a birthday. Mrs. Haverly, Rachel Hearn in Mrs. Grove's class. Louis Nunes in Mrs. Holston's class. Sophia Gokul in Mrs. Grove's class. Avery Musselman in Mrs. Escudera's class. Sawyer Polson in Mrs. Resner's class. Dr. Settleware in Mrs. Peterson's class. Mr. Irvin, Ryan Dunning in Mrs. Holston's class, and Kyla Transu in Mrs. McGinty's class. Happy holiday birthdays to all of you. This morning we have a very special announcement. One of our students, David Berry, has a poem that he wrote and would like to share.
But the night before Christmas, when all plans had no other creature was stirring, I eat my dad. The stocking hung on a mantle in the air. Notes that Santa Claus soon would be there. I'd lay fast asleep, all snug in my bed, while visions of nurse guns danced in my head. My mom was out cold, my dad counting seeds. Both had asked me, sleep in tomorrow, please. But out on the lawn, I heard a great noise. I thought to myself, it must be Santa with toys. I jumped to my bed and ran to the front door. What I saw next was a shock for sure. 9 reindeer pulling a great giant sled, one with the red nose leading the way. The jolly old elf was controlling the set, and he flew that sleigh faster than any old jet. His cheeks were bright red, and his beard a snowy white. That's when I remembered, this is Christmas night. He had a large bag that was red and overflowing. There were bikes and dolls and toy cars all shouting. Faster than a blink, his reindeer they came, with a shout and a jingle. He called them each by name. First there was Rudolph, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, then Comet and Cupid, and of course Donner and Blitzen. Around in a circle he disappeared with a poof. Suddenly he reappeared on my roof. The jolly old man had parked his sled and hopped out. I would soon learn what this arrival was about. He climbed down to our front door, and it opened with a special key. I hid in a closet so he wouldn't see. The plump old man wore a suit bright red. Now what gifts belong here, he said. He reached into his sack and pulled out a small box. I hoped for a minute that wouldn't be soft. He tiptoed around as quiet as could be. The toy horse for my sister, a nurse gun for me. With each new gift, he knew we loved them all, from the very big to the very small. As he finished delivery, he stopped and he looked. He laughed out loud as his fat belly shook. Happy with leaving, lots of treats and toys. The merry old man thought of the happy girls and boys. He ate all the cookies and closed up his sack. The strength of the giant slipped it onto his back. With the snap of his fingers and a wink of his eye, it was time now for Santa to say goodbye. He climbed to the roof and gave out a shout. His team of reindeer then began to prance about. A few quick steps, then up in flight, the huge lame reindeer flew into the night. He exclaimed once more before racing out of sight. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.